So, it's kind of on the late side, but I did get a chance to see The Fall Guy in theaters, and I had a really fun time with this movie. Let's get into it.
I'll buy you a drink when this is over. Engage your core.
Yeah, boy! Stunts!
Let's do it later. Want to go to a beach somewhere?
Drink a spicy margarita.
Make some bad decisions.
Yes.
So, one of the reasons why I wanted to see this movie was because of the director, David Leitch. He was a industry stuntman, stunt coordinator, worked on all kinds of movies. And then him and another stuntman by the name of Chad Stahelski, if I'm getting his name right, they decided to do a little movie directed by stuntmen, created by stuntmen, as a homage towards stunt work called John Wick, if you haven't heard of it. And their careers just exploded into the stratosphere. And these two directors kind of started making all of these huge, solid action films, especially David Leitch. If you don't know who this guy is, he directed little tiny indie films like Atomic Blonde, Deadpool 2, Hobbs and Shaw, and Bullet Train, just to name a few. And so yeah, when I heard he was doing this movie called Fall Guy, the trailers didn't really impress me that much, but yeah, I was interested in this simply because of the director, and Ryan Gosling is amazing whenever he does comedy of any kind. The guy is just like our next Leslie Nielsen, as it were. And so, yeah, going into the theater watching this, I thought it was really cool. There's a little video before the movie starts of Ryan Gosling and David Leitch basically telling people to get off their phones, and also saying that this is a movie for stuntmen, made by stuntmen, and this is a love letter to all of the stunt work that stuntmen have done in Hollywood over the decades. And it was really cool, because stuntmen, if you don't know, get really shitty recognition in Hollywood. You look at the Academy Awards, basically they have so many categories for different types of sound editing and mixing and best musical score and whatnot, but there's not one televised nomination category for the most dangerous job in the industry, stunt work. I kind of have a conspiracy theory that the reason why they still won't do this is because they're afraid that Tom Cruise will get an Academy Award through that outlet, and they absolutely do not want Tom Cruise getting an Academy Award for some weird reason. But, I mean, yeah, they just still will not do it. I heard that, oh yeah, we give them an award, but it's off camera, off screen, and, you know, it's not as important as the ones we televised. I mean, I get sound editing, but sound mixing gets an Academy Award over stunt work, or best stunt coordinator, or best stunt performance, period. It's ridiculous. So, yeah, stunt guys don't get enough credit in the industry, and it was kind of neat seeing that they intended this movie to be a tribute to stunt work, and that is exactly what this movie is. It is a love letter to stuntmen, stunt coordinators, and stunt work. I mean, the movie not only follows a stuntman, it also follows, like, one of the main side characters is his stunt coordinator. And so, the story is pretty straightforward. I don't want to really tell you what the story is, but it's a movie about the making of a movie, and there's a subplot of the stuntman having to find someone, and overall it's a straightforward story that I thought was kind of perfect for this. It didn't need to be too convoluted. It's like when you finally look behind the curtain and see what the main thing is with this movie, the kind of mystery that Ryan Gosling's trying to unravel, it's like, oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense, and, you know, I totally see how this could happen. And so it's like, yeah, it was kind of a fun, straightforward story. I liked it. This movie is silly. Make no mistake about it. There's some really silly moments. A few moments almost get too silly, especially towards the end. But, like, most of them do work. I mean, case in point, there is a sequence involving a unicorn. I shit you not, and you heard me right, a unicorn. And it actually kind of works in the film. So, again, this is a silly movie that should not be taken seriously, but it's an awesome, fun movie because of all of the magnificent stunt work that is done in this film. It was very obvious that the director, when he sat down, it's like, okay, stunt team, what are some of the craziest stunts you want to do? What's some of the standard stunts you want to do? And like one of them's like, hey, I want to break Casino Royale's car flipping record. And if you don't know, Casino Royale held the world record for the longest time of most flips done in a single shot of a car. And it was 7. And Fall Guy has a car flip 8 times. And so that's kind of like the mentality they had behind this movie of just, hey, let's do a fun movie being a tribute to stunt work and everyone in the profession. And that's a really awesome thing that they did with this. Another thing that's great is the cast. The cast was perfect. I had no issues with any of the cast. I loved the fact that Aaron Taylor Johnson was playing like the douchebag Tom Cruise type, and Ryan Gosling was great. Emily Blunt was pretty solid as the director. She had some really funny moments in this. I like the guy who played the stunt coordinator. I don't remember his name. Everyone did a solid job in this movie. And then, like, outside of some of the ridiculous moments getting just a tad too ridiculous, one of my other criticisms is they tried doing a surprise or like, a shocker for the audience like halfway through the film that doesn't really work. It was a poor attempt, and it's like they didn't even like really try to go into it. It's like literally seconds later. It's like, okay, obviously that didn't happen because, I mean, we've seen a million action movies before this one, okay? If you've watched any action movie before, you kind of see this coming from a mile away. And so, anyway, overall, this was an amazing time. I absolutely enjoyed this. If you want to see some really cool action sequences on the big screen, this is definitely a theater movie. And I would recommend going out and checking this out. It's a fun time at the box office. I absolutely loved it. And hell, I'm probably going to buy this when it comes out on 4K. So anyway, that's been my review of The Fall Guy. My name is Christopher Connell with 11 Hour Reviews. And that will be all for today.